Hi, I'm going to show you this build that I've been using for a while. It's a footwork build for Ekko in the jungle. I'm especially using it now because Ekko feels like he's in a lull state because of all the items for AP characters being, feeling a little bit underpowered for me. It's all fleet footwork, triumph, alacrity, and usually coup de grace, but I accidentally got last stand for this game. Didn't notice. Feels good either way. I also brought Axiom Anarchist, the new rune for the Noxus season. This is Noxus season 1. Your ultimate has 14 increased damage, healing, and shielding for those of you new to it. And it gives you 7% cooldown on takedown. I'm also bringing Gathering Storm with me for the extra AP. And I'm using regular jungle runes, attack speed, adaptive force, and usually a lot of people would bring scaling health or bonus health, but I like to get tenacity and slow resist to not be slowed down. So the thing about this build is I did it so you can kind of heal up and keep your damage consistent, because while Ekko is more of a burst champion, under the right circumstances he can definitely just wear and tear someone down, and this build helps with that immensely. It also helps with clearing a good bit because of the speed of alacrity. Like I'm a pretty average to probably worse clearer than most people, but this helps me get the last camp before Scuttle spawns, which I think helps a lot. The whole reason why I like this build and why it works is because it works so well with this passive. Because once he bursts you and gains that movement speed with his 3 proc passive, his Z-Drive Resonance, he can just keep kind of going and kind of continue with the fleet footwork when that procs. I will say this build is still kind of, it can be used in a general sense, but who you kind of fight against is conditional. Like your usual counters like Hecarim, Yasuo, they can still mess you up, but you have a little bit of a better chance if you can just gotta get a breakaway in there. This is a build I like playing into Ivern a good bit, because all of what he does basically just negates my damage as my usual damage as Ekko. This way, even if I'm like right next to his shield bomb thing, I can't remember the name of the ability, I can heal back a little bit and just kind of keep on hitting him post that instead of waiting just the 5 seconds and just kind of flailing about and not, and also being able to sustain a little bit besides his sustain. It also gives Ekko an extremely healthy clear. He already has one, but it's even better, dare I say. Alright. On first back, which should be about right here. Nope, nope. It's after I do reps, yeah. Either way, for first back, you want to start building a Gnasher's Tooth because more attack speed. We'll start on Gnasher's Tooth because more attack speed, which gives you an even faster clear and helps proc Fleet Footwork even faster. Like just power farming alone till about right now, I was leading in all of CS. Sorry, I'm a bit sick. Please bear with me. Did all that farming, I was able to level up a bit faster. Yeah. As you can see, I'm not afraid to go in as much because I know I'm going to heal back a little bit. Which Ekko can take a decent amount of damage in the first place, but being able to take even more is always better, obviously. Well, it takes a good amount of items for him to do a decent amount of damage. He can still build a lot of stuff. You can mix in Leandries with this build, even though that one's a bit more situational. But if you need it, it does help immensely. The other thing I love about this build is because it makes hitting your proc in the first place more consistent with all the attack speed. No. No. The other reason why this build does a decent amount of damage after a decent amount of time is Ekko's W passive, where after you get him to a low enough percent, even if it's a tank or a tankier character in general, like a bruiser, you can hit that. Okay, that execute damage is pretty strong, especially when applied repeatedly. So even a good, healthy bruiser that builds a good amount of health, well, decent amount of health and damage, like Darius, is going to be feeling it. And while it is a good bit just farming, as you can see, if you can't see it, it's a bit tiny, but it's over 1,000 healing within 12 minutes, which isn't too bad, but it's pretty sizable amount of healing, I'd say. The other good thing about this build is you can buy, if you are really ahead, you can buy Rabadon's second item without having to worry about too much. You can see right there the consistent burst, and then you can stay on them a lot easier, a lot better, and then just keep on wearing them down. As you can see right here, my farm is at 105. The speed really catches up. It really ramps up. It really does. Let's see if I can check the passive around right here. Oh yeah. So make sure it's right. Okay. So yeah. When someone were to hit around 30, you'd be doing 8% execute damage. To them per hit, plus a little bit more with Nashers, I believe. I will say one of the downsides is you can get a little bit too lost in the sauce and go a bit too fast. Get yourself into some situations. I mean, you can probably get them out. Get yourself out too, but you have to be careful where you're moving, because you will be moving a little bit faster. Well, I am ahead, and that was the reason why I won that fight. As you can see, you can go toe to toe with Set a little bit, even though it's still not. I still wouldn't advise it on a regular build. It does a pretty decent amount of damage, and again, keeps you healthy. If the game continued, I would have been at 13% missing health damage per whatever. And that would just keep on going up as more, and more as you get more items on you. That was just a Nashor's and a Rabadon's. With, even though the items aren't as good, the still stacking power can, with alacrity, definitely makes up for it. Thank you for watching. Please leave unique feedback. And if you liked it, leave a like. Alright, bye.